I wanted to take a minute to read what she wrote. This is something written by Nightbirde, whose real name is Jane Mazuski, I think. Anna, if you put that photo of her up on screen for those of you watching, this is a quote that she makes that I think is amazing. And it says, to the artist, the writer, the pianist, the actor, the speaker, fame is not a sign of greatness. Fame is a sign that you've got a lot of eyes on you, and that's it. That's all. Can we make for ourselves a higher goal? Can we stop grasping and chasing after the eyes of the crowd? Maybe someday the eyes of the crowd will be on us. And what will they find? Will there be any substance there? Will there be anything noble? Anything worth imitating? Will there be anything profound? Any hope or comfort or truth? As an entertainer, it's a real fear that my music will never take off. I certainly am afraid that I've already reached my peak and it'll never go up from here. But I'm more afraid that all at once, the stage lights and the microphones and the cameras will be on me and I will have absolutely nothing to say. Let's not focus so much on getting people to look. Let's focus more on creating something beautiful for people to see in case they do look, because there's a chance that they never will. But just like flowers on a mountainside are still beautiful if no one sees, your work is still valuable, even if no one lines up to see it. I have rarely read anything so powerful. So she goes on to say in an excerpt from her, an unreleased blog called This One's for the Artists. So write and sing and act and speak and love all of it. Grow and think and struggle and wonder and know that it's all meaningful. It's all part of a really good story, even without the readers. Fame and greatness are not the same. Fame is too low a goal. Let us aim for greatness. And I have to tell you that I think that every week when we gather together on Girl Club, I think every day when we're struggling before the Lord to figure it out, who am I? What's my purpose? What should I do next? I think that that is our commitment to aim for greatness. Because if fame is the goal, if having eyeballs on us is the goal, what an unworthy goal, you know, because the goal really does need to be greatness. Because if we are each great, and walking in your identity in Christ makes you great. You guys know that personally through your struggles and your fears and your journeys. You know the thing that makes you great, the thing that makes you strong, the thing that makes you whole, the God that redeems, saves, forgives, calls us new, calls us blessed, calls us anointed, calls us forgiven, right? That's what makes us great. And if we aim for that greatness, then usually what happens is wherever we are, whenever we open our mouths, people hang on every word like we're some wellspring of wisdom or some rock of authority. And the reality is that we all know that it's just Christ within us, our hope of glory. So I would just love to hear, I know, just your thoughts on all of this.
Wow. I'll go first. I didn't actually watch the clip when you sent it. I was, life and stuff. But I think what a beautiful, everything that she said, for one, beautiful. And as an artist myself, as a songwriter, as a singer, like she really nailed it on the head with her little excerpt from her blog. So I feel really provoked, really convicted, because I've allowed all the different voices in my head to hold me back from being who I am, that struggle. And then seeing her, such a beautiful picture of, I mean, this was a year before she passed away. So she knew that her time was coming. And for her to just shine bright on like the world stage, to like read that, to read the fact that she was like, the lights aren't on me, but what about when they will be on me? Will I have something to say? And you just see the depth in her to have been cultivating her story, her voice, and to share on a very secular stage where there isn't that hope. Like, she radiated hope and peace and joy in a way that wasn't religious, that wasn't preachy, that wasn't, she was very low key. Her song even was just so sweet. And I'm sitting here amazed and so provoked. I mean, I think we all are sitting here going, dude, what is holding me back from laying hold of who I am? Like, who cares what anyone says anymore? I'm actually healthy. I don't have cancer. Like, why am I being held back? I'm sitting here going, why are you being held back? I mean, I remember to like 6 or 7 years ago having, in my younger years of artistry and like recording albums and sitting, around the dinner table with like Cynthia and Roger and being like, just explaining the struggle of, I don't know who I am. And all these people around me are trying to tell me who I am. And just that wrestle of like, I don't know, of just going, who am I? Who am I? And seeing that impact like my art and my songs. I went through all these seasons of started off sounding like myself, and then starting to sound like someone else, and then starting to sound like someone else. And I mourn that, because now it's like 10 years later, and I feel so provoked to just not care and not care about the numbers, not care about, is anyone ever going to hear this song? Is anyone ever going to be impacted by it? Because I think as an artist, we want to know that what we're doing is worthwhile. Sorry, guys. It's like, man. So knowing that it is no matter what, and even if you spin it and like she didn't talk about God once, but thinking about God our Father who made us with all the giftings and the talents, even for us to just do it for him is beautiful and worthwhile. So I'm extremely encouraged, and also I feel a bit of grief over the last 3 years of allowing what I think other people want or are thinking about me to hold me back. So anyways, that's all I have to say.
I watched it. I've watched it up close and personal with you. I've watched Nova get persecuted in her gift, and I watched you and the attempt to reform you into the image of people. Like people. Here's a girl who went out and told the most famous people in the world, the most powerful man in television, Simon Cowell, and everybody else on the #1 show in TV, in a recording industry platform that's global. No, I'm going to sing my own song in my way. And I can't help but think, was she always that person, or did it take getting to that place where she's like, you know what, man? The doctors are telling me I've got like basically 2 minutes left to be here. So I'm going out my way,
But she's right. When she said, it's okay, it's still worth writing. I mean, I'm obviously paraphrasing, but it's still worth writing. It's still worth singing. If no one hears it, it's still worth it to go through that process. And I think as an artist and a songwriter, feeling close to Jesus as I write, and of course I would love it for more people to hear the things that God gave me. I think, like you said, Christina, it's like that natural thing that we want to share it, and if that's beautiful. But even if no one hears, it's still worth it. That hit me in a really deep way. But yeah,
can I say it should hit you in a deep way. It should hit all of us in a deep way. You know why? Because we serve a God who goes after the one. Yeah. What if something you create or something that God has given you to say is meant to reach one person, not 20 million? I mean, it's like our identity is that we serve a God who goes after the one. Mm. He leaves the flock to go after the one. And will we actually look at our gift like that?